Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading. This is going to be for the week of the 18th to the 24th of September. I hope you guys had an incredible Virgo season. I just had my birthday, so thank you to everyone who sent their birthday wishes to me. That was super lovely. I had a lovely day, so let's just move forward into your reading. So I'm changing the spread a little bit, so I do need your feedback in these few videos just to make sure that it's being received well and that it feels good for everybody. But let me just pull the spread out first. I am gonna do a little bit differently. I like to let the cards jump out, but this time I'm going to split the deck into three, put it back together again in a different order, and I'm gonna take from the top. That's how we're trying it this time. So let's see what's going on for you. I feel magic with the spread. I don't know why. And if you do like it, then let me know and I'll tell you what the spread is I made up. Alright, Virgo, let's see what's going on. Sorry, like I get like a bit excited. I don't know why. I blame on the energy. It's what it is. Okie dokie. Alrighty. Alright, so let's talk about it. A past influence coming in for you guys within this week is the Moon card. So there may have been some feelings of feeling quite lost in your journey, Virgo. Maybe your emotions have been a little bit at a high. This can bring in feelings of being quite sensitive or feeling a little bit lost emotionally, feeling either numb or completely the opposite, and just an excess of emotions and maybe a bit of both. But this definitely brings in a feeling of feeling quite lost, though, Virgo, for you. And this may be present within this week as a bit of a past influence, but I kind of feel like it's because you're coming out of that it's being present. But I will show you the rest of the cards, and I am going to clarify as we go through, actually, because I just want to. I'm still testing this out. Let's clarify the Moon. So for a lot of you, this may have been a situation that left you in the dark. That's what the Moon card can be. Maybe there was a little bit of secrets or hidden intentions, but the Three of Wands being there as well. Maybe you were waiting for something and it just didn't come. Some of you, maybe you were waiting to be saved from this Moon energy, kind of waiting for some sort of sign to come out of this Moon. And maybe this is something that you're changing. I kind of still feel like maybe this just still didn't come. So you had to kind of do something yourself, or, you know, so what is being shown to me is kind of feeling like a bit in this hole, you know, and kind of struggling to get out of it. So that's the feeling of being lost, feeling a little bit stuck. And like, I think you are manifesting something to come through to help you out. And maybe a person specifically for some of you, you were waiting for this to stop, for this to change. And I think in that meantime, your emotions were kind of simmering and festering there, maybe making things a little bit worse. Maybe it did cause some like distortions on your reality, meaning that maybe we were reacting more emotionally to the things that happened around us, okay, Virgo. But and I'm touching my heart here. That's never a coincidence when I turn the camera on and get the cards going, and it feels like it's to do with your heart chakra. And as I'm doing this, like, it just feels like your chest was heavy. Maybe there's anxiety or something really affected your heart chakra. Maybe an abandonment wound might be coming through here, or feeling like maybe the person that you love or people that you loved were not reaching out to you, were not helping you out of a situation, or maybe you felt like you couldn't receive help from others. Anyway, whatever this Moon card energy is, I do believe something is changing when it comes down to that. So we will see what it is. I think that this period of waiting and trying to manifest in the Moon card energy is never good, because the Moon represents distortions again, and we actually need to continue going. Don't give up. Don't stay in that state as much as you can help it. Of course, keep pushing. And I think that's something that is your advice. But when it comes down to that situation, and I think you had to learn that the hard way. Again, continuing what I said with that hole, you were kind of waiting for somebody to come and help you, and it felt like maybe somebody couldn't help you in a situation, or maybe they just didn't want to, or just didn't. So you kind of, even though you felt low, you had to kind of crawl out of that. You had to go through that energy that you didn't have to crawl out of that. That's the energy that's coming up for you guys. So You might be feeling tired. You might be feeling a bit exhausted, even if you feel like you haven't done it a lot to feel that way. It's because emotionally you've been impacted by something. And again, that heart chakra energy is very important for that. Okay. Something took some energy from you, but I want to say that you're out of that stage now, considering that you're out of that hole. All right. But you might be feeling more tired than usual, feeling a little bit more maybe feeling like you don't know where to go after that, but anyway, let's move on from that imagery. Like I'm pulling that face because I just hope the spread is going well. So your current energy is coming up with the Four of Cups. So I feel like you are out of that state, but again, the habits that maybe you attained during that moon energy, during that kind of dark night of the soul, if you wish, we do have that coming up there in your reading as the Hermit, which is your card, but that's the card that represents the dark night of the soul. But I'm picking up that this moon energy, this feeling of loss, this feeling of being maybe more sensitive, is like the habits that you gained in that, maybe not the very good habits, is still festering, and that word is coming up a lot. Because the Four of Cups is kind of like maybe you're rejecting opportunities that are actually good for you because you're comfortable with the things that you've currently got, even though you do want more and are aiming for more. Maybe there's just this inability to actually accept things that are going to give you things that you do desire. So it's interesting. Whether you're rejecting it for whatever reason, let's clarify as we go along, just to give myself the extra messages here. Four of Cups is kind of feeling jaded. So again, you do want more, but it's that inability at the same time to accept it. Six of Swords. I think it's because, again, energetically you are moving on from it, moving forward. Maybe what you're wanting is calmness, not to just like rush into anything new. So I would say that your current energy this week is a little bit, do I want to say blocked? Maybe you feel like you're just not ready for things to speed up because you only just moved away from a situation. So now you're resting, but maybe you're feeling like you're being a bit lazy, or maybe you're feeling like you're, should be doing more. But then there's this feeling that I just want to stay here. You see, there's a bit of a conflict with this card. Six of Swords is saying anyway, like spiritually, you are moving on from chaos and conflict. You are moving towards calmer shores. So it's okay. Like rest assured, you got out of the worst of it, emotionally, what you've been feeling. Some of you may have had travel coming out with the Six of Swords. For some of you, I do believe that there might need to be some travel or movement to get you out of the stage if it's something that you really want to push beyond. In terms of your higher self and where you're supposed to be this week, if there were no limitations or blockages, is the Six of Cups. So nostalgia is kind of about reminiscing on the past. This is usually a good card. It does say not to go back to the past, but it's more about focusing on the sweet things or the sweet lessons, or connecting a bit to your inner child, and healing those wounds maybe that you experience, and connecting with that part of yourself, and learning the lessons from nostalgic energies. All right, could be a theme of children this week. All right. It's also a card of soulmates, so maybe it's about connecting with soulmates a bit more and having sweet connections this week. What's blocking that is a King of Pentacles, so nothing major. Maybe you are, or somebody else is, a bit more invested in their finances or their stability in their life at the moment, and maybe there is not much time for emotional connections. This could be in a love situation, for example. Maybe that might be causing you to feel a little bit lost and jaded, and maybe overthinking a situation. But outside of love, for those who are not dealing with it, it feels like what the universe wants you to do this week is to, maybe there is a certain event coming up this week that calls for nostalgia, whether it's like an anniversary of some kind, or something may have happened like this time last year, for example. Like it feels like there's something about this week for you that's nostalgic, that they want you to kind of look at from an emotional state, not to go back into, but to look at for whatever reason, to bring compassion into for whatever reason. But King of Pentacles, whether it's a person or whether it's yourself, could be blocking that. but it doesn't feel that bad, to be honest. Like, this is not, I've seen worse when it comes down to the blockage of this higher self. So maybe there is a bit more focus on materialistic things, which nothing wrong with it. King of Pentacles is actually speaking very good when it comes down to your finances, Virgo. This is saying that you're getting on track of those, making very good decisions and investments when it comes down to your finances and your growth and your stability, whether it be your career, whether it just be your lifestyle. This is very good for that, but there might be a bit more, too much of a focus on that and not enough on emotional connections. All right, or again, that could be pertaining to somebody else around you. Talking about other people around you, we have the Full energy. So you may actually find that somebody around you will be taking a big leap of faith. Maybe this has an impact on you because that's what this part of the spread means. Things outside of you that have an influence of you. Maybe it means that you might have to change your path because somebody around you is changing theirs, or maybe it means that okay, there's a few things coming through. Maybe some of you will be saying goodbye to somebody because they're going on a new venture. This feels exciting. This feels fun. This feels like maybe somebody's going to travel. So that's fine. It looks good for this person, to be honest with you. So you can tell them that. tell them that just said it looks good. Whatever they're deciding to do, backpacking or whatever it may be. Others of you may have dealt with some very foolish people who may not have thought. My anxiety is coming through in your reading. I get that rash. I don't know why I don't feel anxious, but hey, the body is just saying so. Now, the Fool card, again, is about a bit of naivety. So maybe you've dealt with some people around you who are a little bit foolish, a little bit of, act fast, think after, which isn't always a bad thing. But I think sometimes it can lead people in situations where they end up being quite disappointed and maybe need your help. So just pay attention to that. This may be a child for some of you. People learn. I hope so anyways. But the Fool card, this Fool energy may impact you this week as well. Not for for better for worse. I can't be quite sure unless I clarify, which I always forget to do now. Let's clarify the Fool. The Queen of Wands could be a fire sign of the Queen of Wands. If this is somebody around you who is pursuing any kind of talents or passions, it looks good. This doesn't look bad at all. All right. Apart from maybe feeling a bit disconnected from them, but it feels very good for this person around you. Others of you, actually, I'm going to say, it predominantly feels good, but for those of you who are dealing with a friend or somebody around you who may be just not just looking for attention, but somebody may be very promiscuous. It's coming up in my head for some reason. Queen of Wands with the Fool. I'm not sensing anything terrible from this, to be honest. Even if their actions are a bit foolish, I think they'll learn a lesson. So you don't have to worry too much about this person. And again, it might not be up to you to deal with anyway if this person is doing this. So try not to let it get to you if that's the case. But for the most of you, this feels good for whoever this is in your life who's doing something new or having a new journey. In terms of you guys and what your internal focus should be on is starting a clean slate internally. All right, so maybe you feel like you're sick and tired of the way that you've been thinking, feeling, any mindsets that you've been having, anything that's been going on inside. And again, I want to use that word festering, things that have been lingering for too long and growing. I think that's a main theme for you guys this week, is to clear out that clutter, to be honest. And that wild card bringing in is a clean slate that you're being asked to do this week internally, so that you'll start to see new beginnings and changes happening externally. So this feels good, closing out old cycles, beginning new ones, having a glow up within yourself also because of this new mindset that you're adopting and bringing into your life. So that's good. All right, the next thing that we have is what may be hidden from you this week. What you can't see right now is the Hermit. I think you're still going through some sort of awakening and shift. Hermit is your energy, so how can you not see this coming? The Hermit is good in terms of, always having a light even through the darkness. Maybe for some of you, in terms of what you can't see right now, there's a few things I want to say. Some of you may be doubting your wisdom. Predominantly, the biggest message here is that some of you don't realize that you're actually still going through some sort of dark night of the soul and shift. It just looks a bit different now. But that's maybe why you still feel the same way. So for some of you who've been struggling and trying to figure out why you still feel a certain way, even though you're away from a situation that caused that, what you don't see is that you're still going through some sort of shift and awakening. Like, I'm picking up on an awakening with this Hermit card, to be honest with you. You're still finding an answer. You're still finding something here. You're still searching for something. From a higher perspective, it's not a bad thing. It seems like maybe that's why they want you to look into this past a little bit and see a little bit differently. Not to, again, like if it's difficult things, which it says that it is, maybe some of you, this could be like a childhood dream that you kind of forgot about, that they're asking you to kind of look back at with that nostalgia. I would say definitely, Virgo, to meditate on it. Definitely try meditation. There's a lot of free meditation online, or I do have an app down below that I'm a lovely partnership with. Like, I'm so happy that I have a partnership with an app that I actually love to use, and has everything that my channel speaks about, so I love it. If you guys would like it, there is a free trial down below, and there is a link down below that takes you straight there with my code. And if you want to continue after the free trial, then you get 25% off, so feel free to try. It's free. It has everything from meditations to breath work to ASMR to sleep sounds, which I love. It has a load of stuff on there. Hypnotherapy, like, has a lot on there. Okay, so give it a go. But it does feel like with the Hermit, you're still seeking something, and I think that maybe you need some help with that. For whatever reason, it feels like there is a blockage, but maybe it's because of the King of Pentacles. Maybe it's either somebody, or again, it's the material aspect that you're having to, keep on track of, that's stopping you from really spiritually connecting to yourself. So maybe you have not had a lot of time to connect to yourself. But this will happen. Like, I do see you finding this answer because it's in your hand practically, but it's like you almost need to see it first to get reminded of it. Like, something like a spark needs to happen. Three of Pentacles. So some of you, this might be sparked within a group. This is usually about a collaboration. This could be a conversation. About something that you may be building. Maybe some people will be giving you some advice about some foundations that you're still building. The Three of Pentacles, especially in this deck as well, is actually the only Pentacles card, Virgo, that has no pentacles on it. It's just an outline of it. It's just a foundation of it. It's just a plan of it. So again, I think that you feel like something's missing, and I think that through what people are saying, or through some sort of enlightenment that you're going to be getting, and I have another message coming through as well, you will be getting the answer through that. But also, for some of you, you have to be very careful with the opinions that you're listening to as well. For some of you, it's going to spark something and like, that's it. Some of you, this will be internal. Just don't let other people question it. People are being very naturally curious to what it is that you're doing. Whatever it is in your life. Maybe you're just a person that attracts a lot of attention anyways. People always are curious as to what you're doing. They might try to put in their one piece. I'm hearing these phrases coming up in my head. Is that what it is? Their one piece, two piece? I don't know. But it doesn't mean that you need to actually adapt that into your thing. All right, so just pay attention to that. If it sparks with you, great. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, then we don't need to add it into our plans. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Some people think that they know. This could be parents for some of you that think that they know, which is okay. They know through their own experience, but they may not know through your experience, and your experience can be very different, and your path can look very different. So just pay attention to that. Okay, next thing I want to go to is the near future. We have the Knight of Swords. Expect some communication, Virgo. There will be some communication coming through. It'll be very quick. It'll be very unexpected with that Knight of Swords. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. It may come through very unedited is what I'm hearing. The Death card. It's about an ending here. It's about change, transformation. One more, please. What is this information about, Spirit? Some of you, yeah, so Eight of Wands again is communication, so it's very likely that it's going to be communication coming through. Five of Pentacles, this could be pertaining to your finances. Make sure that you do have some things there, just in case you do get an unexpected financial thing that you have to pay for. Like, practically is what I want to say. Others of you, it could be somebody who's trying to communicate with you the fact that they feel left out in the cold, because the Five of Pentacles is an abandonment wound. Usually somebody who is in a little bit of a victim mindset, which happens to be the case, somebody who feels left out in the cold. It's a lack mindset because somebody feels at a loss, somebody feels upset, somebody feels at a loss. So there is some communication coming through, but it's to do with the Death card. It's to do with transformation. Because I'm saying that it's coming in unedited, this feels like it may have some biases in regards to that this is how this person feels, but it is coming to you raw. Like, this is what it feels. It sounds a bit weird, but it's coming to you raw. Like, it is coming through to you as this is how this person feels in this very moment. Let's get one more. Like, can I clarify this Death card? Like, the King of Cups could be somebody's emotions. It's coming to you raw. I think that this might not be like, this may be something that you don't expect to hear. King of Cups here. It may upset you. I don't know for what reason, but it feels like it's because you're like, either because you don't understand at first, or because like something has to change now because of this, what this person is saying. I do want to get just one more, to be honest. The Death card coming through. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, something has to change. It's completely capable of it. Magician just being there just to remind you of that. But the Wheel of Fortune, like, this actually will end up being for the better here. This will be for the better. So that's good. And I do really feel that and hear that. All right. The next thing that we have is a distant future. So there will be some more healing. I think you'll be taking a break in a distant future. I'm going to clarify why that may be. Maybe you're actually finally going to be healing some things that needed to be healed. Maybe you'll be taking a break from something. Page of Wands, maybe something that somebody said. I think you'll also be getting some good news, but yes, you'll be healing from some sort of ending that happened. But this is in a distant future, so maybe there's something that you still haven't healed yet, which is why you're feeling this way this week that we've been speaking about, why something has felt missing or something has felt off. You will be healing that. I think you're finally going to figure out what it is. It's to do with what somebody has said, though. Page of Wands is gossip. You might find out about some gossip, or maybe there will be a message that you hear in the future that will cause you to retreat, because it will have caused some pain, but you'll be focusing on healing that pain. So Four of Swords is good in the sense that it no longer hurts you, but it's something that you'll be reflecting and taking your time out for. Because that Three of Swords being there is just kind of showing you that there is something that somebody said that's hurtful, and an ambulance just made a little noise out there, so it's hurtful. And Ten of Swords is to do with an ending. Your advice is the Page of Cups, my lovelies. And again, it's coming through with the Six of Cups. So again, some significance around your inner child, your childhood. Maybe Six of Cups is usually also about like an equal give and take when it comes down to your emotions. It's compassion, it's love. Maybe you're working around children, or will be having children, or there's some significance about your current children if you have already. The Star coming through as well. It's about healing, and I think this is you, Virgo, healing, unless I get demonetized for it. The Star. Is there any other naked people on here that I've not covered up? It's about healing that. There is something internally that needs addressing that you have not figured out just yet, because it hasn't presented itself to you, but you will be reminded of it in some point in the distant future, okay? And it will finally click within you why you've been feeling the certain way that you've been feeling. I'm still curious about what somebody is saying here, that Knight of Swords. Like, it may not be fully the truth, but it's this person, how they feel in the moment. It doesn't mean that what they're saying is correct, by the way. It just feels like this is just how they feel. 8 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, the Death card here. And Knight of Swords clarifying the Knight of Swords. So, like, just confirmation like that to, like, just, yeah, get it across here. Something might happen. Some news. I think this is a conversation. If you guys can see. I'm going to hold it here so you guys can see. Because it's a bit... It's reflecting all the light here. With that Knight of Swords, you will address this. And you will clear what is truthful and what is emotional or a little bit, you know, foggy here. Because this person is a little bit mixed up. Maybe somebody's not remembering things correctly. Someone's just coming straight in like this, and that. And you're like, wow, actually, this and that. Like, we have the clear air here. Everything is out in the open. Everything is honest. Everything is what it is what it seems. And what she's clearing through the clouds, which is something the Knight of Swords cannot do. So for some of you, you may be called to help somebody who may be coming to you for help. Maybe that's just what it is. Could be a King of Cups, somebody who is going through a very big change, maybe a little bit of disappointment here. They may need your help, maybe financial, maybe they need a place to stay. You will bring good advice and feedback into this person's life, but you cannot fix everything of this. All right, you can only help so far. For others of you, somebody's coming in, they feel abandoned, they feel hurt. They feel emotional, and they're coming to you with that. And it seems like there is an ending when it comes down to that, and a new cycle. But there is some sort of confrontation and conversation here. Somebody's holding on to something, or again, somebody's got a limited mindset, maybe unwilling to deal with things in their life. Maybe they are literally unable to deal with them. But anyway, we'll cross that bridge, Virgo, when we come to it. So I hope this helped. Gone over to half an hour, so I hope it gave you enough insights, Virgo. Please let me know how the spread was for you guys. It's a bit longer, which I expected. But just let me know. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if it makes sense for your week. Let me know. All right. I love you guys. I wish you all the best. And I hope to see you guys next time. All right.